In Moscow, thousands of Russians paid their last respects to opposition politician Boris Nemtsov at an emotional farewell ceremony for the vocal critic of President Vladimir Putin. Nemtsov was gunned down on February the 27th near the Kremlin in the country's most shocking killing in years. The crowd applauded as Nemtsov's open coffin was taken from the Sakharov Center to a hearse to be taken away for burial. In Pakistan, 471 parents were arrested in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province for refusing to allow their children to be immunized against polio. A police spokesman said the arrests were made as a 3-day anti-polio drive began in 12 provincial districts. More than 300 polio cases were reported in Pakistan last year, most of them in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and adjacent tribal areas. Also in Pakistan, state workers in the northern city of Banu protested against delays in their salaries. The employees, mostly from the education department, said their January paychecks were sent only after they protested and added that their February salaries were also delayed. Government officials told RFERL the delays were due to a switch to a computerized system. In the Afghan capital, Kabul, several civil society organizations held fundraising events for the victims of recent avalanches. Organizers also criticized the government for not having reopened roads to the stricken areas in the Panjshir Valley, where some 300 people were killed last week after days of severe weather. Civic groups have set up tents in different parts of the capital to collect aid for survivors, many of whom have lost their homes. In Armenia, current and former employees of the Nearit chemical plant gathered in front of government offices in Yerevan to protest about unpaid wages. Some of the workers are owed 2 years' worth of salaries. The protesters, who have been rallying for several weeks, warned the government that if they don't receive their wages soon, they'll begin sit-ins, hunger strikes and blocking roads. In Bosnia-Herzegovina, the new Croatian president, Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović, arrived in Sarajevo on her first foreign visit. Grabar-Kitarović, who was elected in January, pledged to support neighbouring Bosnia's drive to join the European Union. She met with the 3 members of the Bosnian presidency and said Bosniaks, Serbs and Croats must decide themselves how to make the country function more efficiently. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.